fine. You and the campaigner toast her rebirth. Not a rebirth, she corrects you. Perhaps a pre-death. Hush, don't look at me like that. I'm a realist. Have another glass of wine. She has survived. She has found a cure. If anyone could, she points out, it would be me after all. You're lucky it was me who fell ill. Her wisdom has been tested, tempered, and not found wanting. Well, quite. But you were an invaluable assistant. A fine vintage, this. Another glass? You and she are safe, and all shall be well. And all manner of things shall be well. Your very fine health. We now have an indomitable campaigner. Iron +5, hearts +9. Death, where is thy sting? Where indeed? Don't mess with the campaigner, Death. On one hand, glad we cured her. I do feel a sense of accomplishment. On the other, that was a lot of secrets at the end. And ultimately, I'm not even sure that she's going to become the new surgeon. Hearts +9, pages +3 versus iron +5, hearts +9. Yeah, I'd rather have the pages under most circumstances. I was kind of hoping we would maybe get, like, either at least some secrets or stat increases in return, like we have for a lot of the other officers. But no. Okay. Well, we did manage to at least complete the quest, but ow. Okay, so I do really want to head to Station 3 to get that thing with the irrepressible cannoneer sorted. So we're going to do a very quick loop of just the areas immediately near London. Like, really quick. Like, out to Demio Island and basically no further. And then I think I'm done for the evening. Because let's see. Oh yeah, he needs to go to Hut with like 5 casks. Not to Hut, but the Fathom King's Hold with like 5 casks of wine. Fathom King's Hold is... I think here. I know we've been there once. And it's like somewhere in this section that hasn't been fully explored and it didn't get marked. So I don't feel like searching for that right this second. We're just gonna do this small loop. Ask the smith to construct an assembly housing for the cannoneer's weapon. Why is the smith so willing to help? Just how many outstanding favors are owed? The cannoneer shrugs the question off, smiling. I made a lot of bombs back in the day. A lot of bombs. But a lot of people who don't like me to talk about it. I think that's why the university threw me out. I never dared to go back and ask, though. A shining horror. For 7 days the smith works. Only the cannoneer is permitted within. Your sailors place bets on whether they'll blow themselves up, and whether the explosion will eradicate Station 3 as well. There are no explosions. I'm surprised. At last, the cannoneer opens the smithy door, grinning, a tired but dazzling grin. He gestures to the seal. The armature that now constrains it is meshed with silvery heart metal. The glyphs flicker frantically, like trapped insects. The weapon emits a constant, low, barely audible growl. The air in the room is stifling hot. Behold, the cannoneer says, the Momento Mori. The grin dissipates. It's finished. I'm not sure what to do now. Mount the Momento Mori on your ship or sell it to one of the warlike Z nations. Some will give you better prices than others. You may tilt the balance of power on the Z. Yet we did give up a Searing Enigma for that. The other things that went not so notable, particularly if we can use it ourselves. I'm hoping it still equips to the bridge. Because if it's like a forward gun or something, then we kind of just lost something we could equip for something that we couldn't. Yes, it is a forward. That's irritating. Like, I'm sorry, make the thing that equipped before equip to the same place, please. Now, that being said, it is a very, very, very good forward weapon. And I'm not seeing anything about it needing torpedo components. I am surprised. So I'm not even going to attempt to say that motto that I assume is Latin. I'm probably like, no, that's not happening. that won't work. That won't sound good. But yeah, it's a really good weapon. Like, you know, because it's hull damage, the hull damage of our current weapon, which is one of the best deck weapons in the game, as far as I'm aware. That doesn't like require torpedo components. Hull damage 18, life damage 18, crew damage 2, warm-up time 4 seconds. Versus this thing, which gives iron +6 and mirrors +3 just for equipping it. But hull damage 24, life damage 32, crew damage 4, warm-up time also 4 seconds, stagger amount 2 seconds. Now that stagger amount can be really useful when you're fighting a Z-Beast because it will make them stop. And you know those Z-Beasts where I've either barely dodged them by pixels or barely been hit by pixels? Yeah, that would really help. But we need a ship with a forward slot. We need to get the Clottery Heart. You know what? I have enough energy to go down to Port Carnelian and at least see what we need to convince her to let us sail it. Oh, God. So tired. Observing autopsies. A historian. The slim figure on the table has ink-stained fingers and a face that defies gender. Inky pasts. A slice of cheddar aged in lace, sings the austere acolyte as she works. Later, though, she seems sad as she plucks out the dark harvest and drops it in its jar. They were in love with a writer who was dead before they were born, says the acolyte, and kept it a secret from embarrassment. The masters will like that. We're going to Port Carnelian. It's basically a straight line. I gotta keep this simple. I feel like my brain is just about, it's melting. It's mush. It's gonna start dribbling out of my ears. Bill, how long have I been playing? At least 8 hours. Okay. Okay. Yep. No, he doesn't have anything to say. He's fine. We could definitely take him to the Isle of Cats and feed him to horrible lamplighter bees. If we wanted to be a terrible, terrible person, as we sometimes are. I don't think... I mean, on one hand, we're not using him... I mean, we could. But I find him kind of fun. I don't know. I'll mull that one over, but I'm probably just going to give her a random faceless crew member. Which is still horrible, but I'll feel less bad about that. I'm guessing that to get anything from the Merciless Modiste, we need to have her make some of her dresses, but that can just happen whenever we like. That's easy to figure out Okay, here, it's here. Bring 5 units of romantic literature, probably from the Khanate to Abbey Rock, because she wants to die. That's what it is. Okay, I remember now. That's why we were trying to open up trading relationships with the Khanate. Do you see how easy it is to forget why you're doing the thing you're doing? When it can take so long to accomplish and you're also doing 10 other things? Y'all get an edited version, and I bet some of you forgot why we were trying to get romantic literature. There's actually a few different reasons we're trying to get romantic literature, I think, so. That'll just happen when it happens. We need to work on trading relationships with the Khanate, and we need to do this freaking Abyss ritual. And we need to figure out potentially what's happening with the Clottery Heart if we can't get it when we go to Port Carnelian here in a few moments. Retrieve the Clottery Heart. It is drawn up at the dock, waiting for its owner. No one dares touch it, but the ships that berth near her travel faster and less steadily thereafter. Consult the Clottery Air about her future. What will she do with the Clottery Heart? All day in its engine room. You find her deep in the engine room with the Clottery Heart. She's wearing oiled gloves that go above the elbow for safety, but the floor is slick with ichor. Hand me the spreader, she tells you sharply when you walk in. I need to see what's in the ventral chamber. Later, back on your own ship, you consult about her intentions. She looks bleak. I am becoming involved, she confesses. I may need to become my own patient and remove my interest in the Claudery heart. You remove obsessions. There's a difference between obsession and interest. Keep the Claudery heart. She will refuse to admit she wants to keep it. You can buy it from her. You will always gain the ship. The Claudery heir may choose to stay with you or not. 50-50 on whether she stays. Send her and her ship away together. If she parts with you, perhaps she can keep the ship. This sacrifices both the heir and the Claudery heart for the hope of her happiness, which may or may not be achieved. You will receive nothing in recompense. So, not that one. Sink the Claudery heart and keep the heir. Sacrifice the ship to the depths, and perhaps the heir will stay with you, free of any unhealthy attachment. Not gonna go with that, gonna be honest. I have other doctors that I like more. Keep the Claudery heir and sail her ship together. Why shouldn't she serve you aboard the Claudery heart? She's already given up enough. Now, this has something to do with her father. We need to investigate her father more for this to happen. So that tells me that perhaps we don't resolve this right now. Perhaps we speak to her and see if there's anything we can do in this area. This is probably the point where we're supposed to talk to her about meeting her father. So, let's do that. And hope that she doesn't just immediately run away and we lose everything. But it wants us to do something, and this is the only thing that has any relation to it. A skeptical expression. Did he offer proof? Did he look familiar? Did he know secrets about her mother that no one else could have known? Did you even see his face under all those bandages? Did you even hear his real voice? He could have been anyone. He could have been looking for the Claudery heir's inheritance and using you to find out more. She avoids you for a day or two, which is not easy at sea. Okay, that did increase the quality. Okay, so the more souvenirs she has, the better odds we have of convincing her that that guy was her father. Because it says your Claudery souvenir quality currently gives us a 50-50. Now, I don't know all the ports where she could potentially get a Claudery souvenir. We have gotten several from several different ports at this point. We've been to a lot of ports since we started being able to get those, so I doubt there are many more left. Probably the way to get more at this stage is going to involve things like giving her prisoners. Let's see. Susan Cooper Longbox always gives her one. We're going to visit the Isle of Cats and Visage and the Salt Lions and Emu Island. And we're going to go see what they need for the respite from mushrooms. I think it's just giving them supplies. And if we do that a few times and give her a few Soothe and Cooper long boxes, hopefully we can get to a point where we convince her that her dad was not super duper special. Her mom was already apparently very special. She's already half something interesting. She doesn't need to have like 3 or 4 different special bloodlines. It's fine. Okay, here we go. Yep, we had 2 of these. And our mirror's quality gives us a 100% chance of success. Okay. Delicate workshop tools won't do for a flavor like this, the crotchety tobacconist says. I'll need to make some new ones. Can you bring me some particularly sturdy materials? He weighs an eelith in his hand before tossing it into the air. Dense, sturdy, he catches and licks the stone. And well-flavored. Perfect. These will make fine tools. I'll get to work immediately. He turns and strides up the stairs to his workshop. Hammer strikes ring through the floorboards above. Robust flavor, the taste of marrow broth. Helping prepare the robust labor. A thumping resounds from the workshop above. We need to open this crate, the crotchety tobacconist says. The clayman's already in chains, but we need him on the workbench. I hope you're ready. Yep, we have a 100% chance from iron. The crotchety tobacconist and his apprentice stand by with chains as you pry open the crate. An unfinished clay man glares from within and growls as you begin removing planks. Once you've opened it halfway, he roars and hurls his weight forward. The wood splinters, the box breaks, and you sidestep his charge, letting him run directly into the workbench. From there, it's easy to bind him to the table with heavy chains. Well dodged, Captain. Reminds me of when I was young and spry. The apprentice stifles a giggle. It's now the taste of well-aged wine, harvesting the robust flavor. A chisel rests on the glass counter. The crotchety tobacconist smiles. We have the tools and the clay man ready, Captain. Shall we? The unfinished clay man struggles futilely against his bonds. He shouts threats he cannot fulfill. We will require both powder and shavings, the crotchety tobacconist says. He should provide everything we need for a truly robust flavor. Shatter him. Take up the hammer and chisel. Crack the clay man where the tobacconist has marked. You work in a miasma of bitter dust and floral cigar smoke. At first, the clayman's shouts drown out the tap of the hammer. Soon, only the hammer rings out. The crotchety tobacconist grabs a fistful of clay shavings from the shattered left arm. He rubs the clay into a fine powder, sniffs it, and beams. Oh, this is it exactly. Robust, but with a fierce bite to it. This will get into your blood. Thank you, Captain. This is magnificent. The taste of fecund earth. It's strange catches that they want. All right. So, Bill, make a note, please. Every once in a while, because we need the something awaits you thing, is so I can't do this repeatedly in one visit. But every once in a while, we can trade 2 strange catches for a Sooth and Cooper long box at Demuse Island. And to get strange catches, I think the easiest way is to buy them in Irem. For like 25 echoes. Good lord, a short trip around London, I said. Just to Station 3, I said. Then, oh, we'll just go check on the Clottery Heart. And now I'm doing a whole flippin' circuit again. We all knew. I knew it was a lie the second I left my mouth. I knew it. This game is addictive, and honestly, when I'm not Let's Playing it, I can play it even longer than this. Sometimes it's just because I'm having to try to communicate what I'm doing, and I know I'm getting worse at that the more tired I get. I'm trying, I swear. But because I have to try to communicate what I'm doing to you guys, and I have to read everything off out loud and all that, it does make this more mentally draining. It's fun. I like doing the Let's Plays. It's not that I don't have fun, but it is tiring. A meal fit for emperors. You have to kneel at the long table, but none rise without eating their fill. United Murina is flourishing. London may laugh at its new neighbors, but other powers have sent envoys to negotiate for Centillac. Spiced soup is followed by glistening haunches of meat wrapped in tender chickenwood strips. Both are merely appetizers. By dessert, you fear having to be rolled back aboard ship. The seneschal orders the leftovers delivered to the hold. Yeah, I am kind of surprised if other places are trading for Centillac that they don't at least sell that at a half-decent price, or sell it at all. But hey, we got the blue Centillac, so I'm happy. You didn't have to destroy them to do it. Like, what happens if you just steal it from them? Don't ask me how I know.